Let's go.
We need to create an intro,
We
something
do.
outside, walking
Hey,
through the field.
Auntie.
Oh, hey, Ash. Oh my gosh. You caught me mid sentence talking about how we need to
Sorry,
create an
we
intro,
were. We
walking
were.
through the fields. Anyway, hey, y'all. Hey, it's
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
welcome to Hey Auntie and Ash, where we bridge generations through conversations surrounding mental health. Now, it could be
Yes.
mental health and cultural events, and what's happening in these here streets, what's happening
Yes.
in politics, in our
Yes.
lives, and love, all things related to how they affect our mental health. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Let me remove that a little bit. Maybe that turns my lighting down. So Ash, girl, what we talking about tonight?
So we are
Because the
talking
millennials
about
gotta do it. They gotta lead today.
we are talking about a little bit of everything, right? We're talking
Mhm.
about Love is Blind. I know y'all love is blind. The thing about it is we follow like the personalities, right? And so they
Mhm.
evolve in so many different types of ways. So
Mhm.
we're going to talk about Love is Blind. We are going to talk a little bit of politics, right? We
Mhm.
are going to talk about just some cultural things because we have like people that we follow on different socials and things like that. And
Mhm.
they bring up really, really, really good conversations which gets us talking,
Uh-huh.
and we want to bring that conversation to you. So, politics, religion, love, boom, let's stir it up. Let's stir it up.
And all of those things affect our mental health in one way or
Yes.
another. So let's start with, I don't know. Should we start heavy or light? Because if we start light, that's Love is Brown. Let's go heavy and
And then
morph into light.
go,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we should do that.
Okay, y'all are part of our audience. Y'all see in real time, composition. So, heavy. This stuff, girl. First of all, the fact that we can still smile and record a podcast and still have the wherewithal,
Exactly.
the hope that it takes, because this country, Lord help
Baby.
us one and all. Lord God help us one and all. So, um, I saw a clip that actually I watched right before you sent it to me in TikTok. Let's start there.
Yes.
We're going to talk about segregation. How they're trying to take us back.
Oh, we're
Girl,
going to
go.
hide that one because we're not talking about that. We are talking about segregation. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. My bad. I wasn't looking at the screen. I'm looking at my cameras. My screen is down here. My camera's up here. So I didn't see. Okay. So we're going to talk about the segregation, how, they're trying to take us all back. Now you can legally um, uh, withhold spaces from us
Yes.
without any issues
Yes.
because the dude in charge, I'll just say it that way to be
Yes.
as respectful as I can be, because that's the
Mhm.
best he's gonna get. The dude in charge at the helm of the United States of these so-called Americas
Yes.
has decided that no longer uh, can we go into every establishment and not be denied service or products or space. No longer can we go into any space and then, have an issue if someone says,
Yes.
no blacks allowed, no BLKS allowed. No
That's right.
longer. So, honestly, for me, as for me and my house, I will just say this. And I know I can speak for Ashley, but I'm going to let Ash speak for Ash. For me, it's not a surprise because this dude specifically said when he was running
Come on.
for president,
Come
he
on.
said he wanted to take us back 200 years. Those are not
Yes,
words
he
that I
did.
created. That is what he said. Those words came out of his mouth. I was about to say something really derogatory. I'm not going to do that. Those words came out of his mouth. He said he wanted to take it back 200 years. 200 years ago for us and any non white people, we know what that is. 200 years ago for us, where's that taking us? We don't have equal rights. We don't have equal
Exactly.
privileges, even though we've technically never had equal rights and privileges because systemic racism has still existed as long as, from the time we were drug over here. So it still existed, but we at least had legal statues
That's
and
right.
and platforms to stand on where if we were discriminated against, even if we lost, we could be lulled into believing through the
That
legal
yes.
system, through the constitution, and through the legal laws for states that we at least could believe that we had a right and we
A
could,
right to be. Yeah.
yeah, and we could voice our thoughts. We could voice our
Hmm.
rights. At least we had the disillusionment because apparently we didn't have it. If it's so easily taken away, did
Then we
we
never
ever
had
really
it.
had it? Have it? Yeah. But at least we had the thoughts, and some people would win. You know,
Yes.
you'd get those exceptions to rules. Some people would actually win based on discrimination cases, and now he wants to take it back where we don't have a right,
Have any of it.
where you could say wits only. Because back in the day, when y'all go pull up those files and the footage, when you saw files and footage of bathrooms and restaurants that had
That had.
segregation and it was legal, it was fine. Often these experts, these uh, wonderful, beautiful geniuses couldn't spell. So they couldn't even spell whites. They would spell WHITS only, wits
Yes.
only. You don't have
And
wits, you
that's
can't spell.
crazy.
So,
How
but
you
it
running the country and you don't shut up?
literally, if you pull up some of the video footage, and I have just been astonished by how ignorant, because in order to be racist, you have to be ignorant. That's just period.
That part. That part.
You have to be a non-intellect. I'll say it that way, because
Because that
waking
means
up,
that you don't understand the complexity of people, right?
the
And you're not
complexity
even willing to understand the complexity of humanity at
the
all.
complexity of humanity and this so-called evangelical God that y'all always
Yes.
somewhere talking about you
Weird.
believes in. Who you think created us? Who do you think created every person that wasn't white? You think God only created the white people? Like, stop playing with me. You can't say God in one sentence, and I hate.
There also wasn't any white people near the Nile River. It just, oh Jesus.
Listen, let's not go
Let's not even
into,
go there. But I'm just
because if
saying,
we go there,
if
we
we
had a
go there,
me and the Hubs yesterday had this whole conversation about, do they know when they're being racist that they're being racist and that it's
that's a
dumb?
good question.
Here's the thing. I believe they do. And here's the problem. Even with turning Jesus white, which common sense would tell you he was not. He was brown. But
But
and
that's
and where
even a
and
racist
where was
move right
he?
there.
Where was he? But that's my point. If you
Yes.
are so-called following this evangelical
Jellicle.
God and you see his description depicted as a brown person to make yourself feel better and to
Yes.
remove your insecurities, you now create a new narrative that he's white with blonde hair and blue eyes, because you automatically come in feeling insignificant and not enough because the God you so-called serve doesn't represent you. But hello, boo-boo, with your intellectual self. I'm trying to be nice here. Hello, we are all created in his image and likeness, and race is a theory. Race is something that was created and
Exactly.
concocted. But God, we talk about the Tower of Babel and confounding the languages and
The
separating
languages.
them and
Yeah.
all this. Where was race created? He had to make us different because
Yes.
we would be, I hate to say this is Michelle's interpretation, we would be thinking we could create stairs to heaven, literal stairs to heaven, if we were all on one accord, if we all spoke the same language, if we all looked the same, if we all, yeah, wits only, if we all thought, and Antoine just brought a thing in here spelling it out, wits only. But if we were all on one accord, we would think we are God.
Right.
So he divided, and the skin tone changed based on region, all these different things. But if you don't read a book,
You wouldn't know in any of that.
if you don't exercise your common sense,
Right.
and
Yes.
you're not just a sponge soaking up what you heard someone else say, you won't
And you
know.
don't do your own
You
research.
don't research, you don't read, you don't think critically, you don't use your common sense muscle. You
Exactly.
will walk around spewing this racist, crazy rhetoric and nonsense, and it just makes you sound like a non-intellect. I keep trying to be nice because some words are trying to slip out of my menopausal tongue, and I'm trying to be nice here. But this whole segregation thing, the thing that Ash is going to say, and I'm going to say it before her because she's saying it, and I love how she says it. She's going to come back and say it again for you, and she's going to expound on it. But the thing that you don't understand, who is most of the things that you use, that you enjoy, the Black folks created it.
Created it.
And so when you start to separate us, where your rhythm going? Your
That
rhythm going
part.
with us.
Where
Your
your sports
What you say?
Where's your sports? Where's your music?
Where's your music? Because we've created so many things.
Where's
We
your
are not
fashion?
your fashion, and we are not just physical with our hands, but we also
No.
exercise these muscles, considering that the
Where
Black
you gonna get
woman,
them lights from?
hello, it's so many
And
things
that
that we
peanut
have
butter.
invented. If you go down the list, but also, Ashley, I want you to expound on this. What do you mean when you say it's not the flex you think it is? What do you mean
So
by that?
we want to give Dwight Thomas
Mm-hmm.
his kudos for starting this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we were watching it, he was just simply saying, like, this is not the flex that you think it is, right? Segregating Black people from everybody else, or brown and black people from anybody else, is not the flex that you think that it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example when we talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we talk about, the Black Wall Street and all of these things. When we get together and we put our resources together and we build together,
Mm-hmm.
and we become wealthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we become astute, and we become a thriving and a productive economy without the wits, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then
The
you come
wits.
right on around with your little bombs. We want you to stay minding your business this time. Just
It
keep minding your business. Build what you got over there with the wits. See, and while we at it, let's take it a little bit further. Let's take it a little bit further. We don't want just the economy. Let's start building our own basketball teams
mm-hmm.
and our own record companies that's not built upon, right, these wit systems. If we start doing these things, stay where you at. Matter of fact, in the words of Fantasia, if you don't want me,
Then don't
then
talk to
don't talk
me.
to me. Go
And
ahead and free
if
yourself.
I didn't send for you, don't come for me.
Don't
Since
come
you
for
want
me,
to put
friend.
me over there, leave me over there, minding my Black business.
My Black
If
business.
if
Hold on, hold
if
on. And thriving in my Black business. And
minding,
don't come trying to tear
thriving,
it down when you see it thriving.
if it's just about the division and you will not replace us, great. We don't have to replace you. We
Replace you.
don't
We can say where we at.
we don't have to create the browning of America or
We don't.
further push that. We can be over there with our Black business, with our Black businesses, with our Black entertainment, with our Black thoughts and theories and inventions, with our Black systems, with our Black families and familial
Yeah,
structures, and with our, hey, guess what? With our Black humanity. Because
that part.
I want to remind y'all of something. We didn't create the violence in America. Y'all brought us over here violently.
Boom.
And when you're talking about Black on Black crime, every ethnicity, every race, every neighborhood, generally when crimes occur, they're crime within a close proximity of where they
That's
are,
right.
that person. So there's white on white crime then, if that's the case, right? The wits and the wets. But
Yep.
on top of that, this whole violent system, we were the ones getting beat and
That
raped
part.
and hung and lynched. We were the ones with our rights and our culture and our families being stripped away from us. We were the ones that were the recipients of your violence.
That part.
So we're
Oh,
not the inhumane
and
ones.
yes, and so this is the thing. Not just recipients of violence, but whole massacres.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Massacres. And we're not just talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're talking about Atlanta. We're talking about Rosewood. We are talking about Louisiana. We are talking about North Carolina. We are talking about whole massacres
In whole communities, because
in whole
you
communities.
wanted us separate. Because here's the thing, and this is what I have said for decades and I will continue to say. The problem here is, again, we talk about the actual intellect and
Yes.
how racism is only held in the hearts of those who don't want to think and use critical thinking and have humanity. Um, when we talk about these topics and how we're going backwards, there's a saying, I don't know who said it. They said it a long time ago. If you don't know your history, you're destined to repeat it. And this is the problem when you get freedoms. You get so far away from the bondage that you forget what the bondage was,
Yes.
which is, I think, for Black people, often we got comfortable. And for people, non-white people, not people of color, we got comfortable thinking we were on a trajectory of going higher and higher and getting more and more freedoms.
And
When
if we are in an approximate, if we
proximity,
have Lord Jesus, proximity to witness,
yes,
we got to say it
yes,
like that.
yes,
that we are more successful, right? We are on
yes,
a trajectory of going up.
yes.
When that is not the truth.
And see, while we were going up, we forgot that we still had a racist demon out here fighting against us. So they were trying to be strategic in the background. Oh, let them think they're actually free. Let them think it. And so that's when they sneakily, I don't know if that's the word. We're going to use it as a word. Sneakily went into the schools and started getting rid of critical race theory and taking history books out. They sneakily went in and took LGBTQIA rights. And, you know, if you sit up and let someone else become victimized and their rights removed, you're just going to be next. But here's the biggest problem to me, and this is why we're here today. With this whole racist system, and I'm not even talking about what the Native Americans went through in America. Let's not even talk about that. That was, well, whatever. But when the wits brought us here, brought our ancestors here, our forefathers and all this, they had no plans of us being successful. They didn't create a backup plan. They didn't create a plan to say, well, what if they get their freedoms? What if they can live on the same blocks with us? What if they can actually get jobs in the companies? What if they can actually build businesses? What if they can actually buy land? What do we do then? They had no backup plan. See,
No,
they
and they
thought
didn't think that it could be done.
That's my point. They thought that all of the wits were on the same page, and all of the wits were not. Some of the wits God was still speaking to and using so that they could be real allies for us, because they knew the things they were seeing was wrong and they were against God. They are the antithesis of God, the total polar opposite. So we had allyship, which gave us more power.
Yes.
So, but they never thought that we would ever be more than chattel for them. Yep. They never thought that we would ever be more than property. So because of that, it was a shock to their system when they're seeing, wait a minute, this Black man can be with a white woman, and if we extinguish his life, we can go to prison. What do you mean? They're 3/5 human. They shouldn't be able to be with us. They
Which is still in the count.
I know, 3/5 human. They never created a backup plan. So how much strategy is that?
And what's in the Constitution should tell you that they never had a backup plan. The only plan that they had was, if we keep these people down, then we are superior. That
Absolutely.
is it. Even though they had already come, their ancestors had already come from a classist system where they were at the bottom.
Absolutely.
So they created a world where they would be at the top.
And what happens with insecure narcissists? Because the two can coexist. Yes. They always want to dominate. They always want to put people under their thumb and under their rule. They always want to have servants.
Yes.
Because they understand that they are insecure and they are inadequate in a certain area. So that you don't pay attention to my inadequacies, let me go bully somebody else. Isn't that what a bully does?
Of course.
Don't bullies do that all the time? So this whole concept of segregation, fine, you want to segregate us, leave us alone. That's really the message. Leave us alone to our own devices, to our own communities, so that we can build and do all the things that God intended for us to do, because we have a purpose and we too have been created in his image and likeness. And that Bible says,
all I'm saying
skin
is
of bronze. You know that.
All I'm saying is, imagine your ancestors holding brown and Black people down from reading and writing, only for you years later to put wits only up. It's crazy.
Now that's crazy work.
Absolutely, positively nuts.
That's
Okay.
crazy work. And that goes back to what I just said about while I am bullying and getting dominion over people, which God never told you
Yes.
to do. God says take dominion over the land, not the people.
But this is the thing. Let's clock this T, as the children would say. Let's clock this T. That Bible also say work out your own soul
Soul
salvation.
salvation.
But you so busy in somebody else's business, controlling somebody else, that you ain't even working out your stuff. Mind your business.
Mind your wit business.
And lead a quiet life, friend. Y'all missed that
Absolutely.
scripture.
Absolutely.
Y'all missed it. All right,
Absolutely.
we moving on. We moving on.
Please, please. Oh, but wait, before we move on, can we also talk about Representative Justin Pearson?
Yes.
And again, because of the emboldened behaviors of some of these wits who are now thinking, oh, I got the white supremacist head in chief backing me. So now that gives me a license to say and do what I want to do to every Black person I
As
come
you
in
can see, the
contact
name
with.
of this segment is Politicians versus Humanity, baby, because we are missing it. We are missing the mark.
And in the same sentence, talking about what God called. You are the antithesis of God. You are the polar opposite of God. You are not flowing by the Spirit of God. You
That
flowing by
part.
that other spirit.
That part.
So this man in this meeting, Representative Pearson, I love him.
I love him. I love him.
But it's bigger even than Representative Pearson. It's
Yes, it
Jasmine
is.
Crockett. It's every Black person. It's the Black person going in the grocery store. This
Yes.
dude has emboldened these wits to think we are
Yep.
back in 1922
Yep.
or 42 or 62, where we have to look down. We can't give you eye contact, where we are 3/5 human. Brother, sister,
Yep.
girl, wits, whatever you are. I am a whole human, 100%. I have a will, a purpose, and designed by God. I
That's
have
right.
gifts. I have callings, and he made me just like he made you in his image and likeness, because God is not a color.
Not at
Now,
all.
Jesus came into the earth with a skin tone because he had to take on this flesh that we have to show that it could be overcome and conquered.
That's right.
Jesus had a color. God himself, we believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. We believe in the Trinity, but God himself is all of this wrapped into one.
That's
So
right.
when you are walking around exalting your flesh, your color over another person, God is not pleased, and you are doing the devil's work. And how you don't see that or don't care to see it because it pushes forward your narcissistic, insecure agenda.
That's right.
And I don't use that term narcissist because I think people overuse it, but racism is a form of narcissism that is the most evil in the world. Racism going hand in hand with sexism, they are the most evil narcissists
Yes,
ever,
they
ever,
are.
ever to breathe this oxygen that we breathe.
That we breathe. It's crazy.
But the fact that Representative Pearson not only challenged what this
Yes.
wit person said to try to demean him and disrespect him, but he also got in his face. And I was saying a prayer, Lord, please don't let him lay hands. Not because I didn't want to see it, but because
No,
I
but because
know
I
the
need for him
repercussions.
to
Yeah, if he laid hands.
continue in this race. I need for him to continue. And if you don't know who he is, he was a part of the Tennessee Three.
Yes.
Right? That stood, baby, they stood on business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They stood on business. And I believe that was about gun violence too, if I'm
Yes.
correct.
Yes. Yes.
They did a protest. They basically wanted them gone,
Mm-hmm.
but they ended up getting reinstated. He was a part of the Tennessee Three. And in this particular space, like Auntie said, he got up in that guy's face. But the thing about it is that he had a moment, and this is why I call this particular segment Politicians versus Humanity. He had a real human moment. And
Yes.
instead of that guy deciding that he wanted to connect with him as a human,
Mm-hmm.
he decided he chose prejudice, bigotry, all of the things. It was so inhumane.
Mm-hmm.
It was so inhumane. This man is telling you, I lost my brother
Yes.
to suicide gun violence.
Yes.
I buried him. I now am taking the father role, right, over
Mm-hmm.
his children. I'm sitting with this person and I'm talking to these teachers and I'm in the community and I'm blah blah. And this man literally disregards everything that he says.
And
Which
this is, go
which I
ahead. I'm sorry.
understand why he would get to the point where he wanted to get in his face.
And who knows what else he said, because the way that he
Yes,
sounded, this was like an accumulation of things. Like
yes,
he was addressing, like, finally, listen, enough's enough.
yep,
In the Tennessee Capitol, why are these wits, and part of the wit that was in the room disrespecting him, the underlying theme was he was trying to say, we're all working, we all earn our titles, you are lazy. It's pushing,
yes.
further pushing, which is just asinine to me. How dare you call the people who created and built and created all, invented all these things in this country, created the house that you're in, created the Tennessee Capitol, did all the things. How
Man,
dare you call him lazy
how dare you?
while you sat at home and did nothing other than grape our ancestors,
That part.
male and female. And I want to know, and we've talked about this before, I want to understand, if we are half human, half animal, why would you want to sexually go into our
That
bodies?
part.
I mean, what's wrong with you?
It's
Where you
giving
would want
it's
to
giving
take,
depravity.
again, politicians versus humanity. It
Yes,
lacks humanity. So you all look up the story with the Capitol, Tennessee Capitol, and
yes.
that representative or whoever he was. Well, he's not the chair,
I
but whatever
also
he.
I think what also really broke my heart was that I saw those older black men just watching.
Yeah.
They didn't get up. They didn't have a moment
Mm-mm.
of humanity and say, "Man, we feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go out here. Let's
Mm-hmm.
calm you down because we need you." Like there was none of that.
So I just looked it up because I wanted to know that other dude, the wit, Representative Andrew Farmer, and it was over a gun bill. All of this was over a gun bill. How do you disrespect someone over a gun bill?
Over a gun bill.
Over sensible gun laws. Nobody's telling you, remove the Second Amendment, remove the gun.
No,
Nobody's saying that. Because, sister, good luck. That's all I got. But sensible, where they're
yeah,
not easily accessible to any and
accessible to
everybody,
people,
to
exactly.
children, to individuals
And
struggling with
not
the.
one time did he say, "I apologize," I'm sorry for
No,
the
he
law.
stood on it.
None of it.
No, no.
None of
But
it.
the messaging, the underlying message was, this is a DEI hire.
Yes.
Like, he's not doing his part. And DEI, we know, I said on one of our episodes, I want people to say diversity, equity, and inclusion. I want you to say those words together instead of I'm against DEI. That
No, say
removes you,
you're against
right?
diversity, equity, and
And
inclusion.
inclusion, because that's what it is. But for them, it is this code word, this dog whistle for blacks
Yeah.
and people who are not white. Women, because
Yeah.
white women, hello. You are not exempt from the firing squad. You are under
But I'm
that
gonna tell
too.
you something, and I don't care what anybody says. And me and one of my friends, we used to talk about this. And this does not go for every white
Of
man.
course not. We know this. We needed allies to get as
But
far as we
one of
got.
the most dangerous people in this life,
Girl, don't say it.
in
Don't
this
say it.
realm,
Is she gonna do it? Nah, she not gonna do it.
has
Don't do
been
it.
a white
Don't do it. I knew you were gonna do it. I knew you were gonna do it. Well, Emmett Till. That's all we have to say. If
one. Yeah.
if I have to present a
And
case,
what I
I
mean,
present
and I'm
Emmett
not
Till.
talking about the ones who understand the cultural
Of course
perspectives and
not.
all of this, but I'm telling you, white women, we need you to hold these folks accountable. That's
Hmm.
how you do your part.
Yeah,
Hold them accountable
them and yourself.
and yourself. Hold
Hmm.
them accountable.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, we're gonna move on because I'm
Enough
getting
of that, because I'm getting heated. I had to bring myself down. Whew.
All right.
You've seen that trend. Is she gonna do it?
Is she gonna do it?
Yeah. Like, don't do it, girl. Don't
Don't
do it.
do it, girl.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Okay. How
let's get
about where are we going? Where are we going? Tell me where we're going.
oh, are we going to playing with our silverware?
More. Oh my gosh.
We,
The
we,
fact that this man that had he who I can't even talk straight. The fact that this dude who wasn't voted into anything, just appointed, who has no political background, who's done nothing, has this huge role at the
it's
DOGE.
crazy.
It's crazy work. It is crazy work. Who's sitting there? I should have brought my spoons in here so I could do it with it. Who's sitting at the table playing with spoons, fully engrossed in this activity in front of people.
It's very much given. Y'all know I'm a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much given. He needed a para.
He needed what?
He needed a para.
Tell us what that is.
A paraprofessional is a person who
I know what it is, but I want people to know.
either
Just
aids the teacher in a classroom or aids the student independently by themselves. Like they have a working relationship.
mm-hmm.
He was given, he needed a working relationship with the para. Okay. I'm sorry to say that. That's what it was given.
Ooh,
It was
that's all
given,
we,
don't
girl.
play with your food, Muskie. You know, that type of thing.
Sir Muscalat, put your utensils down, Sir Muscalat.
Oh my God.
That's enough on that,
Meanwhile,
girl.
but this is my problem.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Mm-hmm.
your boy was back there having a whole conversation. What my question is this: at what point did he not look like a DEI hire over there playing with their silverware?
Girl, at what point do any of them not look like DEI hires based on their terminology of DEI? Because you have the whole what was the war conversation
Yes.
where you
Hold on,
invite
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
a journalist accidentally.
Yeah, because Hillary was scandalous, baby, when she sent out the email.
Right. And it wasn't about war.
It definitely
Wasn't anything top secret. So how and then I'm trying to be better. Help
I'm
me,
trying to
Lord.
be better too. I'm trying to be better too.
I actually get tightness in my chest with
But
this
what I am gonna
conversation.
say is this: it's giving diversity, equity, inclusion hires. That's what it's giving. It's giving diversity, equity,
I
inclusion.
don't even want to say that because the diversity, equity, and inclusion is good. It's giving unqualified, wits only,
That part.
narcissist, insecure narcissists.
Oh,
That's
but
what it's
also that's
giving.
when you don't understand. That's when
Mhm.
you pull out your papers, so you can be a DEI hire. I'm sorry. Let me be
Here's
quiet.
the thing, and
I'm
this
gonna
is the
back it
part.
on up, but I'm
Yeah,
telling you, like it's ridiculous.
it's giving nepotism. It's
Yes,
giving I am not qualified
guys,
and I'm
yes.
so insecure in who I am. So I just want to stomp on everybody. I want to get back at the cheerleaders from junior high who turn their noses up
It's
at
given.
me.
I went to a White House
I'll
dinner and
show
network.
you.
Don't nobody really know what skills I got.
I'll show
Okay.
you. And I'll throw a fit to get what I want
Oh
because I
my
can.
God.
I'm in leadership. Poo poo on you.
Yes, it's
Now
very
what?
much given. Tommy Pickles is over. Sorry. Okay. Let's move on before
You
they
heard
get
me. I
offensive.
didn't say Pennywise. See, I this whole conversation, and I never said Pennywise. I was rising above this stuff.
Somebody
And
called
then
him wig, and I love it. It's
call him
amazing.
what?
Wig. They be like, and Wig said,
Mine is Pennywise, evil clown, because the whole what do you call it? The whole network of people. I can't remember what you call it. The office. There, it's all clowns in there. It is
oh,
clown.
for
It
sure.
is It is very much giving a Volks. Very much giving of a Volkswagen pulls up and 120 clowns come out. That's
Fat,
what it's giving for me, the clown car.
fat.
So okay, enough
All
of that.
right,
Let's go
let's
on
move on.
because we have talked already. Is it 34 minutes, girl?
And it'll take over your
Oh, Love is
mind.
Blind. Okay, Love is Blind. Oh my gosh, where were we with Love is Blind? I'm trying to remember because the
So,
season
okay, so
ended.
first of all, we are super duper happy
Oh yes,
about
congratulations,
AD, their
AD and what's his name?
Ollie.
AD and Ollie. Congratulations to AD and Ollie. They found love on a
Yes, I love
two-way
that. I
street.
love that.
They found love, and
Yes.
it wasn't on Love is Blind with each other, but I think
No.
they did that other show that I can't remember.
Yeah. And it
And they
seems like he seems like he's actually like
smitten,
into her. Okay.
absolutely smitten by her. And this is a good lesson for your mental health. Okay. And this is an old saying, of course, these old colloquialisms. One man's garbage is another man's
Is
treasure.
another man's treasure.
This is very much giving that. First of all, AD is nobody's garbage,
Not
but
at
to
all.
treat her as if she's random. And any woman out there who knows I am a prize, not the
Yes.
prize, because we're both the
And I
prize
love
when we
the
come
fact that
together.
she stopped messing with dude. Like,
Me too. Me
I
too.
love that.
She had the revelation and she
Yes.
stood on business. So she found someone who is, or he found her, who is really into her and sees her as the gift that she is.
That's right.
So congratulations to them. So
Yes.
that's the good part. Like going into the Love is Blind hemisphere, it can give you opportunities that launch beyond that. Even
Beyond
with
that, yes.
our beautiful couple who is the blueprints for Love is Blind,
Yes.
who I think is trying every year to at least see this kind of love. Lauren and why
Yes.
can't girl,
Oh,
is it something
I
with a
never saw
C?
that man Chase. It's not Chase.
No, it's not Chase, it's not Chad. Girl, I love him
No.
too. Why can't I remember his name?
Lauren.
Lauren and
Love is
anyway, first
blind.
season, y'all go look it up. Lauren and why don't I remember his name? Anyway, it's very much, they're always
Cameron.
Cameron. I knew it was something with a C. Lauren and Cameron, they are hands down the best couple from all of the
Yes, they
seasons.
are. They
And
are.
I think we're always watching because we're looking like, can that happen again? Can
Yes.
the fire strike twice in the same spot? And so, but it opens the door for so much. So going on the show, of course, Love is Blind, you're hopefully looking for love, but there is a marketing, this whole branding aspect
Yes.
to it that after you can really, really, really,
Take off.
yeah.
You can
And
take
even
off.
yeah, and now AD has her own podcast and
Yeah,
she had
she's doing her thing. She
and she
is.
has love. So and then we go to the dark side of Love is Blind and these reality
Oh my
shows. So y'all
God.
look it up because I haven't researched the happenings, the current happenings. But there's which country was that? Do you remember?
Was it
Love is
like
Blind, was it
Brazil or something?
Brazil or Portugal, one of those places somewhere over there where the Love is Blind, they actually met, they married, and he attempted to murk her.
Yes, very much so.
So, well, while Love is Blind has some great success
Yes,
stories, I would just suggest, and then this is gonna take us into the balloon popping
yes,
uh show, but I would very much say Love is Blind or any of these apps, dating apps, or walking down the street, going to the grocery store, going to the Home Depots of the world or Menards, whatever, wherever you go. I would strongly suggest getting to know people.
yes,
Now, this is coming from a woman who was married in under a year after meeting her husband, and we will be celebrating 13 years this coming May. Um, but this is coming from that girl. But also, that girl, even though we've had our challenges in marriage, even though there have been
mhm.
times where I'm like, let me off this ride. There have been times, I'm not gonna lie. This ride is too bumpy. I'm nauseous. I want to throw up, and then I want to swing on somebody. Let me off of here. We're in a good space and all that's good now. But we've had those moments realistically because marriage is hard.
Yes, it is.
However, I married a man in under a year after paying attention. even though he, some things popped out on me after we were married. I'm like, where'd that come from? But I didn't get blindsided by someone who wanted to murk me in my sleep or while
Yeah,
I'm awake,
for sure.
because I also was a more seasoned person going into her second marriage.
Yeah.
This wasn't me in my 20s marrying some dude that I just met 3 months ago. No,
Yeah.
this was not that. I was 39 when I got married for the second time. And again, we'll be celebrating our 13th year anniversary, and we don't have boxing matches and calling each other out
That's
our
right.
names. We don't play like that. Ain't nobody coming and sleeping with me or sleeping with him other than the two. So we don't have those types of issues. We have the regular coming together. Ooh, didn't see that. Ooh, didn't know that.
Right.
And prayerfully, we've ironed all those out because we're in a good space.
Mm-hmm.
But even with, you have to, with these shows or not, these shows are cute. But
Yeah.
as we see with Love is Blind, they don't do good background
No, they
checks.
don't.
So don't be impulsive is what I would have to tell you.
Please don't.
Your impulsivity can cost you your life or your mental health.
Yes.
You can be stuck with someone who's going to take you through the ringer and back again.
Yeah.
So as we're on our journeys to love, let's not allow our hearts to blind our eyes.
Yes.
Pay attention.
Please.
Because
Please pay
love
attention. And Love is Blind, please don't be boring next year.
is blind. Do some deep background checks. How about
And
that?
please don't be boring.
And do some background
It
checks.
was so boring this time.
It was truly a snooze fest. It was Did you watch all of it? No. I know you didn't.
I don't feel motivated.
I don't have the bandwidth
I
to
do
take
not
in.
have the bandwidth.
I do not have the bandwidth to watch something that bores me to sleep.
It's such a snooze fest. I can't do it. Excuse me. However, let's
Oh
go
my
ahead
gosh.
and pop the balloon.
Yes.
A little bit too much.
Can you lead us in the pop the balloon conversation, please?
Okay. So, let me get out of there.
I love this. I love it.
Jace, I love you.
Listen, y'all see her many skills. Some of
Yes.
you out here, directors and producers, call her up. Did you hear that accent? I'm over here sounding like a real parody of a person from
Okay,
England.
here we go. So, Pop the Balloon. I don't know if anybody has ever seen Pop the Balloon on YouTube. It was made by this couple, I believe they're African couple, or they have African heritage or whatever. You could tell like from their names or whatever. However, they're a couple, they have all of these different shows. I guess they started them like a little network. I mean, I won't say little, a big network on YouTube because nothing is little. And one of their shows is Pop the Balloon. And so now it is coming to Netflix.
So Ashley, can you tell me the premise of Pop the Balloon for those who've never seen it?
Basically like for you to see if you would date a person. So basically, like, say for instance, it was me or whatever, or one of my friends. They will go on here. Hopefully they look nice or whatever. You have about 10 to 12 men lined up on the side, or women, if you're a guy. And say for instance, that person looks at you and they like, not really my type. They can pop the balloon, right? Because they can already see that you're not going to be their type. They also, now that would be one or two people, but then you get to ask questions and then they get to ask you questions. And that next round, you would pop the balloon of the people that you would think that you wouldn't date, right? Or while you are answering a question, they get a chance to pop the balloon as well. So it's just a way of kind of eliminating, right, a person or not wasting your time in so many words. While you're trying to figure out, do you want to date this person or talk to this person or see where it might go?
Yes, it's like speed dating on crack. And one person is the person who's selecting, looking for love, and the others are the contestants trying to be good enough.
Entertaining.
Yes, it is. And so I'm going to read something. the way that they describe it, and this was as of last year, a made for digital unscripted series that has taken the internet by storm. Pop the Balloon's unique twist asks contestants to pop a balloon to signal disinterest. To date, and this was 2024, the show has amassed over 50 million views on YouTube alone. And we know we see this on TikTok, so it's probably like in the billions by now. And yes, they are of African descent and they were signed with CAA, which we know that, CAA. She's the actor, so she knows CAA.
Yeah. But
So,
this is a big thing. This is a really, really big thing for something to come from YouTube and to
and
come to
TikTok.
Netflix.
Hmm.
Yes, it
Hmm.
is a really big thing. And woo, so proud of that couple.
And
Yes.
it's so hilarious and amazing because you could literally look at the person's shoes and not like their shoes and pop your
And they be
balloon.
like, no,
It was the shoes for me.
it was
No.
the shoes. Be like, what?
So
Or if I remember one person, they were like, I don't like her lip color.
what? See,
Friend, friend.
yeah.
Or
But here's the thing. Wait. Here's the thing. Okay, so I love this conversation because it's gonna, I think, develop and evolve into something bigger. So I am a person, like I can go without makeup on my face. I don't wear a
Mhm.
lot of makeup at all, generally don't. But the one thing that I almost swear by that I have to have a colored or tinted lip gloss or lipstick
Oh.
because I despise the color of my lips. Like my lips are darker than
Mm.
my face complexion. And I don't smoke, never smoked anything in my entire 52 years.
Mhm.
But to me, it's almost like a smoker's lip thing. Now, when you see my lips without lipstick, you're like, girl, bye. Everybody's always been like, Michelle, you're
Yeah.
tripping. But for me, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Um, so is it unfair to pop your balloon because you don't like someone's lip color? Is that
Ah,
wait, before you answer the question, I wanna preface it with this. Is it unfair to pop your balloon if you don't like someone's lip color? Or would you prefer that the man pop his balloon because he doesn't like your lip color instead of cheating on you after 3 years because he doesn't like your lip color?
I mean, that would be stupid if you cheating on somebody because of their lip color. That would just be dumb.
People do it for smaller reasons.
Um, but this is the thing. I just want you to pop your balloon because of the lip color, period. Because if you feel like you will have jurisdiction over the lip color that I wear, now I don't mind you saying,
Oh, you
baby,
mean color of lipstick. Okay, I thought you
yes,
meant actual lips.
no. Like I can see you saying, like, babe, I love when you wear red lip, or I
Mhm,
love when you
mhm,
wear like something nude. And I'm like,
mhm.
going on, yeah, let me wear a
My
nude,
man, my man, my man.
yeah, that's different. But you ragged up in the club, showing up. You ain't even parked. You don't even know where I live at. You don't even know my birthday. And you want to tell me what you over here for?
And so thank you for answering that question because I believe in my little, Gen X mind. I thank you for popping your balloon, bro.
Thank you.
Because you have just saved me heartache because I'm never going to be good enough for you. Because if you could pop your balloon for something that I put on, meaning I can take it off, if you can pop your balloon before getting to know me or getting beyond the lip color that you didn't like, then guess what?
Exactly.
You are going to be a headache in my life. And I don't want it. I don't want you, don't want you, don't want you. Okay? Don't want you. I thank you for the popped balloon. So I think I enjoy honesty. I don't care
Yes.
how
How brutal it can
ridiculous.
be.
I don't care how ridiculous the honesty is. Give me honesty or give me death. Okay? Because
I'm
what I
with
do
you.
not like, nor do I trust, nor do I have a tolerance for is a liar. Don't tell me something is okay and then I have to find out 5 years from now you really didn't like it.
When I was open to you telling me the truth in the first place.
When you had a whole platform to tell me the
But the
truth.
sad part about it is there are so many guys
Mhm.
that are not used to telling women the truth because either they've had an experience where they feel like the woman didn't respond correctly, or they're just being selfish, right? Because they don't want to give you the autonomy to choose, because they want you to choose, you know, what they want you to choose. But I mean, I've seen, like, even in like some like guy friendships where I'm like, gee, you ain't gotta lie, like, just
You ain't gotta lie, Sway. You ain't gotta lie, Craig.
Like, but Ash, you're a little rare friend. Like,
But
just
here's the
tell the
thing.
truth.
Girl, here's the thing. If you would lie, I think like this, and it's black and white for me. It really is. Y'all can call me hard, call me whatever. I don't care. If you are asked a question or a situation arises where you know you need to be answering or giving information, because it's not always about answering and asking a question. It can be something that really is getting to you, and now you start to build resentments because you're not opening your mouth telling the truth, right? Or you stop being interested or attracted to
Or
me
you're
because
avoiding that person because you
avoiding
don't want, you know what I'm saying?
all these
Don't
things.
do that.
But if you are doing that because of a past experience, then I'm gonna need you to sit down and stop dating and deal with your own internal dialogue and internal issues, because nobody needs to date if they cannot be wholly themselves with the opportunity for growth,
That
right? Because we
part.
are ourselves today, but we should be striving towards growth. But if you are not ready to be wholly yourself with the opportunity for growth, if you are not ready to be honest, you do not need to be bringing someone into your lying universe.
That part.
Keep your lying universe to yourself. And I say that because if somebody, we all have experiences, we all have bad experiences. If
Yep.
you are carrying around what Shaniqua did and how she popped her neck and grabbed the air when you told her
That
something,
part.
now you're applying that to me, brother. You don't need to be dating. You need to wait to get the courage you need, because dating and love require courage.
Yes, they
And
do.
opening up any relationship, all relationships require courage. It is courageous to be a parent. It requires courage to be in a relationship,
Yep.
male, female, whatever your sexual orientation is. It requires courage because you have to unveil. You have to put down the veil, right? It requires courage to have friends and be in those kind of relations. All relationships. It requires courage for you to even have a relationship with God, because sometimes he is going to allow things that you don't understand, and you have to be courageous enough to still believe in him and still apply your faith and exercise your faith even when everything is telling you that it's never going to happen. All relationships in our lives require courage. So if you are not ready to tell the truth, do not be ready. You are not ready for a
You don't
relationship.
need to be dating a ant. Do you hear
None of
me?
that. None of that. So for the man who chose or popped the balloon on the woman that
Because
had
of
the
the
wrong
lip color going
lipstick,
on, friend.
girl, I'm good with him, because at least he was courageous enough to say, I don't have time for this. I don't want to be don't make me over. I don't want to be making somebody over, telling her for the next 6 months how she's supposed to dress and what lipstick I don't
Yeah,
like. I don't have
don't
time
do
for
that.
it.
Don't do that,
Let the
friend.
package already come in a
In a
wrapping the way
rat
I like.
bow.
So if I like red lipstick and I hate pink with that black liner around it, because you know women do that. If I hate
Wait,
that and I see a woman,
huh?
girl, you know that was a 80s look too. But
The
if I
black
hate,
liner with the pink?
or any color, black with the red, and you see the
Oh
black
yeah.
outline.
I remember that one.
But if she's standing there and I'm a guy and I see her, I'm popping too, because I already know she's gonna have clothes I don't like. She's gonna have adventures she wants to go on. She out at the club. She might be the person that gets high. She's doing all these
That
things that
is
represent
for
that red lip with
that.
that black liner that I do not have time. I'm gonna save myself the time and her, because I ain't trying to make her over. And we get into arguments about all the things that are an extension of that red lipstick with that black
Listen.
liner. I ain't playing. I mean it. I mean what
That
I
is
say.
so funny.
And it's so true. He has looked down the road like, I know what this entails.
I
I
just don't want you smelling like, don't, my biggest thing is as soon as you smell like weed, I'm popping the balloon.
Mhm.
I
But
don't,
not all people walk around smelling like it though. And then they bring that
no,
rabbit
that's
out of that
different.
bag.
But if you ain't conscious enough not to be smelling like that, no
Girl,
friend.
girl.
No friend.
I had a conversation with someone recently, and they were talking about a marijuana smoker who said that the marijuana today is different than what it was, and it smells good and fruity. And the person was like, this is a non-smoker, was like, because they started out talking about cigarettes and the way cigarette smoke smell. And that marijuana smoker was like, I can't stand cigarette smoke either. And the person was like, but you smoke this. And they were like, well, it don't smell like it used to. It smells fruity and this, that, and the other. And they were like, no, it don't. We hate the way you smell every day. They're now immune to it. Can't even smell it.
It smells don't nothing smell fruity about a skunk.
That's what I say. Smells like skunk piss.
You should stop. You should stop.
That's what
delusion and deception. Are you smoking delusion and deception? Is what I want to know. What is happening here?
Girl, what you smoking on? DD? What's DD? Delusion and deception.
What is happening? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, this has been fun.
What is going on? Oh my God. Mm-hmm. However, I feel like we've talked about a breadth of topics.
Y'all listen, I'm sorry. I'm pulling the lip skin off of my lips. I think that's one of the byproducts of menopause too. I've been asking this question, y'all, before you hang up on me. I've been asked, like I have been for the last few years, every time I brush my teeth, all toothpaste does it, all types. Because people are like, well, change this and change that. Have you tried Oral-B? Have you tried I've tried them all, okay? And my lips peel after I brush my teeth. And I'm walking around with skin.
Really?
I wish y'all could see it. Peeling from my lips.
That has never happened to me.
I think it's menopause. I'm not even playing. Just like my eye clicking. My eyes get so dry that I can rub them and you hear it sound like click, 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 click. And I looked it up and it is the result of menopause.
Like, Lord, if you
Lord, help us. Help me.
Please don't let my eyes get dry. Nor my pocket. Amen.
Amen in Jesus' name. Next time it happens,
all right.
Wait. Next time it happens, I'm gonna call you and just be clicking my eye on the phone. You hear that? Mm-hmm. Antoine is hurt. He's like, yeah, I hear it. And I'm still
all right,
sitting here.
Everybody, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Hey Auntie and Ash podcast. I think we had too much fun tonight.
I think so too. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys for tuning in. You can always follow us at Hey Auntie and Ash on YouTube, as well as Hey Auntie and Ash on Instagram. You can follow me at iamashjanelle on Instagram. You can follow me at Notes with Ash on YouTube. You can always also follow me at Ash Janelle on Facebook. You can follow the auntie at Out of My Shell The Voice on YouTube, Out of My Shell The Voice on Instagram.
I'm laughing because I'm really sitting here.
Coach Michelle Jackson on Facebook. And also, you guys, next week we will be at the ARC conference. We don't know if we're gonna have we'll probably be putting this will be the new episode.
Clips.
However, the ARC conference is happening next week, April 4th and April 5th. So Friday and Saturday. April 4th, I believe, is 7 p.m. to something. And April 5th, I believe it starts at what? 12:30? Or is it not?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you
early on Saturday. I know that much. And guess who's gonna be speaking at the conference? It's gonna be Auntie.
I'll be speaking at the conference. It's gonna be Auntie.
Shout out to Robert Marshall.
Yes.
And we've also had him on our show. He's doing a great work with our Black and brown men, basically dealing with sexual trauma and all of the things in every form of sexual trauma.
And this week, this week, Auntie and Ash will be posting, and I'll take care of this, Ash.
Yes.
Clips from his show, his episode. We'll be posting them all week leading up to the ARC
Yes.
conference. And we will have some footage from that on the next episode of Hey Aunty Ash.
We are so excited. So
Yes, we are.
if you can, please come out to the art conference.
And Saturday begins with general sessions at 9 a.m., breakout sessions starting at 11 a.m. from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., and then 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. And closing session will be 6:30. So it's from 9 to 6:30, and lunch will be provided also.
Yay.
Oh, and it's free
And
99,
it's
y'all.
free.
Free
It is
99.
free. Get in your
Mhm.
car, get on the bus, get on the train, and get
Yes.
there because I will be there.
Yes. Yes. I'm so excited. Ash is going to be there.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. We will see
Thank
you
y'all.
guys next week. Goodbye.
Next time. Bye, y'all. Bye.